Good afternoon. Pep, you're off to West Brom hoping to continue this fabulous start to the season. Their manager, Tony Pulis, today has said that Manchester City this season are special and they are the form team in Europe. Could you just maybe compare your squad this season? Just how much better are you this season, do you think, than last season?
We start the same way like this season. So the same questions in that period what happened last season. So I appreciate, but it's just in October. So we realized the last Tuesday how difficult is winning games, everything. So just be calm and focus on what you have to do.
Do you sense an excitement among the players that you are developing something very special here, though?
No, it's okay, we're having a good result. The players try to run, but it's game by game. So we will see, analyze what happened at the end of the season, what we were. So we are okay, but the same in last season, that period. So in that period was in there, top in the league or second, so quite similar. Okay, less points, but all the comments was good in that period, the same last season.
People are starting to suggest that you might be able to go through the entire league season unbeaten. Do you think about things like that?
I answered that in the last press conference. Forget about it.
Okay. In terms of the other big game of the weekend, England under-17s against Spain in the World Cup final. Will you be keeping an eye on that game? You've got 3 players, of course, in the England team.
Yeah, we are so happy for Phil, for Joel, for the goalkeeper. So it's good for, of course, for the English football. I think in the last tournaments, not just under 17, so the previous one under 20, I think so, they arrived to get the final, win a lot, being there. So that is fantastic for the English football. Of course, we are so happy. Big congratulations for the team. Of course, the final will not be easy against Spain, because Spain in the last decade dominate European football, world football in all categories. But it's good. We will try to watch it, of course.
How big a chance of Curtis, Joel and Phil of making it eventually into your first team squad and playing in the Premier League, would you say?
Well, Phil is training with us, like Brahim, all the season, like Tosin is training with us. Joel came sometimes. We make a training sessions and help us a lot. But regularly Phil and Brahim are with us. So when Phil is coming back, he asked me, because we had the opportunity to stay here with us for maybe play the next game against the previous game against Wolves. But we believe, and I am pretty sure of that, when these guys have the opportunity to play a World Cup against Brazil team, against Germany, against Spain, Italy, and whatever, and in Indian, for them is an amazing opportunity, to watch a high level their age in a big competition, and for his growth and develop will be good, really good.
Pep, can I just ask over here?
Sorry.
Can I just ask about Vincent? He's been in Barcelona, I believe, this week.
Yeah, I just traveled to see Ramon and how is going his injury. It's much better. So I think in the next 10 days, 1 week, 10 days, coming back.
Was there any sort of development on exactly what the injury is? What is it going to change? Anything?
Muscular injury.
How's everybody else for tomorrow?
Well, after the game, the world was so tired, problems with a lot of kicks, and was so demanding game for us. Well, for both as well, but for us especially. We make a recovery. Yesterday was off. Now the people, players is coming. We're going to meet how they are.
Pep, if Man City win or draw tomorrow, Gabriel Jesus is going to achieve 1 year unbeaten among Palmeiras, Man City and Brazilian national team. Do you think it's quite remarkable for young players?
Well, quite, yeah.
And he's a good company.
1 year unbeaten is a lot of time, a lot of games. We're not even here in Brazil with Palmeiras. So wow, what a record. Amazing.
Thank you.
Any more broadcast, guys? We'll move into the Catalan questions then, please, guys.
Hola, Pep. Et pregunto per al Phil Foden, una mica veient com està jugant, tot el nivell que les seleccions angleses estan mostrant en aquests campionats de categories inferiors, és un gran repte per tu intentar que els joves anglesos puguin tenir aquesta oportunitat al màxim nivell que sembla que els hi pot faltar, perquè molts d'ells doncs, no estan triomfant al gran nivell. Creus que és un repte per tu com a entrenador?
Al final els joves juguen quan s'ho mereixen, no per l'entrenador. La qualitat de si arriben depèn d'ells, no depèn de nosaltres. Nosaltres clar que els podem ajudar. El fet que tinguin 17 anys i entrenen al primer equip ja és molt. No tenim dubte cap ni una de la seva qualitat, ho estem veient ara. És un jugador d'un talent molt gran, però hem d'anar amb calma. El problema, ho hem dit altres vegades, una mica aquesta lliga és que el segon equip, els joves, no competeixen. Juguen una lliga quasi inexistent i no és fàcil. Aquest pas de no jugar davant de ningú a jugar els grans partits. És l'únic pro que li veig als joves, però és bo per això que hagin anat al Mundial i s'hagin vist per nosaltres mateix veure-los, és molt important. Però evidentment els jugadors joves tot el que puguem farem per ajudar-los, perquè per nosaltres estaria molt bé i està molt bé que com més anglesos juguin millor, com més gent de la casa pugui sortir millor, però això depèn de la qualitat d'ells. Nosaltres poca cosa podem fer en aquest sentit, excepte ajudar-los, evidentment.
I want to ask you about Phil Foden and the English youth national team. Is it a challenge for you to help those young English players to reach the top here, for example, at Manchester City? Well, the young players like Phil Foden or others, they play when they deserve. It's at the end of the day, it's up to him about their quality. It's up to us to help them to develop. For example, they are 17 years old and they are training with our team. That's great. We have no doubt about Phil Foden's quality and other guys, but we must become as well step by step. And the problem we have here in England, I say it many times, the second teams, the competition is not that high, so the step from there, the gap from there to the highest level is big. So, but well, that's something that will work out. But it's good for them to go to the Under-17 World Cup, and then as young people we'll help them to develop, and the more guys, the more English guys we can bring to the first team, the better for all of us.
Aquí, buena tarde. Dos cosas. La primera, ¿qué tipo de selección inglesa se va a encontrar la afición española en esta final? Usted que conoce a los jugadores ingleses más o menos. Y dos, siendo importantes las dos cosas, ¿cómo valora los 7 partidos de la temporada pasada que ganaron consecutivamente para clasificarse para la Champions, comparados con los 12 que ha ganado en este arranque de temporada? ¿Son diferentes? ¿Son parecidos? ¿Cuáles son más importantes para usted?
Bueno, el año pasado fue muy importante porque si no estaríamos en la Champions League, fue hasta el final. Pero es verdad, conseguir 7 más, creo que llevamos 7, 8 más, ya son 14, 15 partidos ganados en premios seguidos, bueno, excepto el día de Everton, perdón, invictos. Creo que este año hemos continuado un poco como acabamos el año pasado, con matices, pero parecido. Es una final, España es un gran equipo, jugadores jóvenes, España siempre tiene muy buena selección, buenísima. El fútbol español trabaja desde hace mucho tiempo como nadie en el mundo. Evidentemente será un rival para Inglaterra, será difícil, pero imagino que la ilusión que tendrá Inglaterra para ganar por primera vez en su historia, creo que es la primera vez, si no quiero estar equivocado, un título como este, pues es una final, por tanto será muy igualado.
First of all, what type of team do you think England is going to face tomorrow in the Under-17 World Cup final against Spain? Well, it's going to be a really good final. Spain is a really great team. They've been working really hard in the last years to develop players. It's going to be a difficult game for England, I'm sure, but also they are going to be really excited to be able to win for the first time this kind of competition, and I expect it's going to be a really equal final. And on the other hand, how do you compare the winning streak, the 7 games we won at the end of last year, with the 12 games you have winning this season? Well, last season it was very important for us because without those 7 games winning in a row, we wouldn't be in Champions League probably. It was remarkable, and now I think what the same level we finished last season, we are continuing at the beginning of this season, so we are very happy for that.